This is part 2, Government Conspiracy and Corruption and Government Assault, second round, 9 years later, after living in California for almost nearly 8 years. On my 7th to 8th year of living in Contra Costa County, it was already decided my faith. So there was really no reason to do anything other than just go ahead and leave. Linda Ray in 2005 was insisting that I was selling tickets for drugs, and that was on November 18th, and that was a Friday. She said, okay, well, you prove it, that you bring me in your signing sheet, and I'll get you tickets for the bus, but you need to stop selling them for drugs. Wow, this bitch is crazy. Personally, I should have went on ahead and killed all social workers, especially the social worker of the day, but I didn't. I should have went in there with a handgun and killed every single one of them. They would all deserve to be killed. They sat in these courtrooms using it to their own advantage and abusing the system for their own advantage. Now, Linda Ray sat on the stand and lying to the courts when she had recommended that I record Elena Burnell's confession on domestic violent crimes. Oh, she confessed and she whistled Dixie. The poor thing is that the cops and people in these court proceedings are fucking pussies. They're scared. They're cowards. And that's the way it is. For over 39 years, I've been subject to accept their abuse, accept their assault, and accept the fact that I would never succeed, and nor will I ever be allowed to be a father, be allowed to be a dad that is natural. Everything that I did was normal. Everything I did was common. Everything I did was natural. When you're dealing with people like Elena Burnell who are drug users and heavy at it, you have two choices. You either follow along until you can find a way to escape, or you just stick around until you can find a way to escape, because one way or the other, people like Elena Burnell will try to hire a person to kill you, do you harm, run you over, and they will. These people who are drug offenders will not stop at anything until they have physically done you harm, because they don't like snitches, and they don't like tattletales, and they don't like people trying to snitch on people such as Elena Burnell, who's a woman, and making it very clear. For the last 13 and 15 years, I've basically been forced to just go ahead and accept my loss, even though I've never served time in prison, never been criminally convicted, never been in jail for anything. I've been fraudulently placed under arrest on many occasions, and so forth. It's kind of sad, but very true.
Bill Clinton signed into law 1997 the Adoption and Safe Families Act, meaning the more children that CPS and Family Services takes away from parents, the more federal funding they would receive. And they also, in there is stated that if your child is in the system for 15 months or more, that your child is legally able to be adopted out to foster care, and they can terminate your parental rights whether you are found guilty or innocent of child abuse. And another thing they do to get more federal funding, of course, they send the children to psychiatrists, put them on medications, all that's federally funded. They make you go.
They do this. I'm a witness to this factor. If you're listening, they do force you medication and send you into psychiatric. And for 14 years and 3 months at Parsons State Hospital Training Center, Topeka State Hospital in Topeka, Kansas, and Wichita Booth Hospital. These are true factors. I'm a witness to these facts. Personally, these women need to be murdered. They need to be killed for taking my child. And that's just how I feel. If people don't like those feelings, then they need to step down and step off. Because I removed Yvonne like I was supposed to. And I did exactly what I was supposed to do on a natural level. Cops need to fuck off and back off. Let men remove children from the women. Women are not special. I know this to be facts because my mother was a very violent woman. I mean, hell, the bitch put me on fire when I was 5 years old. because she tried to throw a lighter at me to get away from the window. And she hit a gas line, setting me on fire with a fucking lighter and a gas main. How insane is that? You know, the woman used to tie my wrist up, my mother, and tie my wrist up together and pull me real hard and smash the front end of my face and my nose right into the couch. That's some crazy shit. My father attempted to shoot me when I was really young too, and I can remember it. It was at night when my mother threw him down the stairs after shooting off the gun, attempting to shoot me and kill me because I wouldn't go home with him. It was insane. Social workers will make up any story, an ethical story that they want, and actually get away with it. That's why today, Lois Hayes needs to be murdered and killed. Lindsay Simpson needs to be murdered and killed. Valerie Early needs to be murdered and killed. Christine Magley, all of them. Sonia Hirschfield, who wrote up documentation stating that I was disabled with mild retardation, a low IQ of 74. They all need to be murdered. Lindsay Simpson, Rhonda McGee, Nanette Dupree, Sonia Hirschfield, Marsha Lester, Christine Magley, Rhonda McGee. I think I already said that name again. Rhonda McGee was fucking insane. Nanette Dupree was definitely stupid. On 10/14, she wrote a note telling me to give it to the police next time Elena Burnell acts out. Now, the police officer on 10/14, I had documentation saying that the child is subject to stay in my care because Elena Burnell has out-of-control seizures disorder and she has a very nasty, violent temper. Now, the cop actually literally put Yvonne Francesca Peters in danger in 2004. That son of a bitch, I wish I would have, he would have ran up closer to me. I would have slit the motherfucker's throat quick and fast. Because see, in martial arts, we don't fuck around. We'll put our hands behind our back and wait until you come in like 3 inches of us and we'll cut your throat or cut your gut open. We don't get charged at. You do as we say. Go get yourself a warrant and prove that I'm not allowed to remove the child. That son of a bitch on 10/13, he goes, I don't care. You got a problem with him using your vacuum? Yeah, I do have a problem with him using my vacuum. We need to clean the house first. Because, see, Danielle wanted to use the vacuum, and I said, no, we need to clean the house, because social workers are supposed to appear anytime. And I know social workers very well. They sit there and tell you stories like, oh, the house is dirty, it's not in order, the bedroom's messy, it's just unfit. And they do that. That's why today I support killing all these people. I do. I want them dead, and that's what I want. Because the justice system's not going to serve me justice, so I may as well go ahead and be my old vigilante self again and go ahead and have these women killed. Because it's against the law to remove the child based on medical matters, period. And that's my opinion. I would never act on killing them, but I'm just saying in general, they deserve to be killed, period. Valerie Early, she was already informed and told, hey, you're using juvenile sealed records, you're not supposed to do that. Linda Ray was told the same thing before neurological testing, and that was in September of 2005. I said, do not use those records, you cannot use those. She goes, I can use whatever the hell I want. I'm a social worker here to protect that child from you. Protect her from what? So she's basically putting it in the system that I'm a sex offender towards children and I'm a danger towards children, or a red flag. So basically that's a constitutional 14th Amendment and the 4th Amendment all at the same time. That's why Linda Ray's family needs to be murdered and slaughtered, in my opinion. Go to her house, slaughter her family, kill them all, and make her watch why it's being done, so she can see the horror that she brings on other people and the horror that she brings down on children who don't deserve to go through that kind of horror. Like I said, I'm a victim of 39 years of government abuse and government CPS bullshit, juvenile court crap. Leslie Simpson's family needs to be taught what horror is, and so does Rhonda McGee, all of them. They all deserve to be killed, their families as well. And that's my opinion. So if any of them end up dead, that's their own fault. And that's the way it is. Part 2.